Brought to you by
NJM.
Welcome to Life and Living. I'm Joanna Gagis. You know, people don't always think of New Jersey as a great destination spot, but my first guest is here to set the record straight. He is Jeffrey Koffman, CEO of Mountain Creek Resort in Vernon, New Jersey.
Vernon, New Jersey.
There we go.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here, because people don't understand all that New Jersey has to offer, and Mountain Creek has been really a pillar of the New Jersey kind of tourism industry for so long. 750,000 guests come to the resort a year?
Yes.
That's significant.
It's all, throughout 3 or 4 seasons, we're a year-round resort.
That's the other thing, is people don't always realize that beyond the skiing and snowboarding on the mountain, there is so much to do throughout the year. So talk about kind of the 4 seasons and your approach to each one.
Well, we're in a period of transition, but our main emphasis right now is we are a ski mountain, skiing, snowboarding, and we have a tubing center, which will do about 30,000 visitors a year. So if you're not even, strongly physical active, I used to be, tubing is a perfect sport to bring the family, and it's a lot of fun. Then we go into the spring season, which we have the biking. We're one of the top-rated mountain biking courses in the Northeast.
So mountain biking on the mountain, where are there trails?
Yes, there are trails located throughout the mountain. Some of them are harder, but we've been building. Some of the guys, they build the full armor. They have the shoulder pads, and it's an adventurous sport, an extreme sport, but we're bringing it in for families as well, making grades to take long switchbacks around the mountain.
So you want the little guys involved too?
We want from the cradle to the grave.
Okay, so before there's a lot to cover in terms of what you're doing, because you're doing so much, but where are you attracting people from? Are you getting them from New Jersey, from outside of New Jersey?
Primarily basis is New Jersey market, and we do draw from Brooklyn, we do draw from the city. So within a 60-mile radius, we have over 20 million people to draw from. Okay,
just off the air, we were talking about mini golf, because mini golf has been there for a long time, but you want to do something different with it.
Yes, I do. I had the privilege of traveling with my son. We went to Minneapolis to the Walker Center there, and they had a golf course that was created by local artists. They were all sculptured. They were different. Every hole was different, created by a different artist. And there was a wait list to go on to do this. And it was just, we had a ball, and I said, you know what, this is something that we can translate to here to incorporate art into the mountain, which is one of the things that we're trying to do.
We love that. On this program, we love talking about arts and culture in addition to, tourism within the state. So that's a perfect marriage, really, of some of the wonder that New Jersey has, right? Such a breadth of artists here.
It's beautiful there. The scenery, and just going back to the fall season when we have the foliage, we also have the mountain biking as well up there. And to bring other events like apple picking, and we're expanding, making an agrarian center up there. But throughout.
What is an agrarian center?
So we're going to have a winery. We're going to have more planting, a farm-to-table restaurants, theming that to bring up tourists for the area. It's very strong up. It's gorgeous on top of the mountain. There's nothing better than the foliage.
Okay, so during the ski season, I know we're jumping around through the seasons, but in the ski season, there's the traditional trails, but you've really tried to catch a younger audience through some of the terrain, the terrain areas that you have, and that includes biking. So talk about both of those.
Well, the terrain park was started, snowboarding, which came on strong, really sustained the mountain decades ago. There's actually been a little bit of reversion back to skiing.
To traditional skiing.
But we've built a lot of terrain park over in the Great Gorge side. This was done before me, so I'm a neophyte to the ski business, so I'm learning a lot too about this as we're going on. We have trail plans. A lot more of the trail plans are for the beginners, to get beginners to become active in skiing. Only 3-4% of the population skis in the United States.
Is that right?
Yeah, so 85% actually don't come back once they ski once. So what we're really focused on is to get the beginners to come in with the family and have a great time. And we have some ideas on how to do that. Getting people up, for example, up the main lift, which is the cabriolet, which you don't have to sit on a chairlift. What do you want to do the first time if I asked you the first time you're going to ski, what do you expect? People, you're not going to be on skis going down the mountain, like a downhill racer. But if we can get you up to the top of the mountain and you could see how beautiful it is up there, and then you can aspire to be one of those crazy, one of those fast people going down the mountain, or slow.
Well, I'm on the slow end. I love
Right.
to snowboard. I've been snowboarding for a couple years. I was a late starter, but I'm a little slow. I take my time. I love the adaptive sports program. This is something totally different, and I know that Mountain Creek is not the first one to do it, but you're bringing something important to New Jersey. What is the adaptive sports program?
Right, so we had a gentleman who's been skiing on the mountain for 40 or 50 years, and he's known in Vernon as this passionate, avid skier. He's actually the first one on the lift in the morning. He brings his wife and brings chocolate chip cookies to the lift operators.
What's his name?
And he's like John Whiting.
Okay.
And he's the last one off the mountain. And he ran into a young boy who knew his passion, and he was physically, he had a physical disability, but he asked John if he could take him skiing. And John was able to figure out a way to do that, and then he really took the bull by the horn here and got us, that was the first step, and then we made contact with the Helen Hayes Hospital, and the program is in its infancy, but we expect that the demand will be great for this, and everybody, I mean, when you look at, what I enjoy about being CEO is when I look at the families and the exhilaration of being in the outdoors, it's a great sport and everybody should enjoy it. So bringing this to the physically disabled is a great thing.
So kids and adults who have
Yes.
who have physical disabilities will, and this will be tailored to each one because there'll be.
We don't know what the disability is.
Exactly, and so you'll find a way to get that person going down the mountain and having some fun.
Yeah.
What are the challenges of running a year-round resort, especially when people may not connect going to Mountain Creek in the summertime?
A long time ago, it used to be called Action Park. We're calling it's still Action Park, but at Mountain Creek, and it's very family oriented.
Tell us what goes on there. Some fun activities to do.
Well, first of all, I believe it's the first water park was one of the first water parks built in the country, and what makes it so unique is it's built into the mountain. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it goes with our theme of being outdoors and active. But going back to your question, there's a lot of challenges running a seasonal resort. We just saw one, the weather. We weren't able to open to January 6th, so we have a tremendous amount of snowmaking. So, praying for the weather is one challenge to the guy upstairs, and hoping we get the weather.
Do you think New Jersey is doing enough to make people who come through the state, how many people land in Newark Airport every day? Do you think New Jersey is doing enough to let those people know that, hey, there's more to do in this state than what's right here in Newark?
Tourism is huge. I mean, you fly into Kennedy, and it's an incredible statement for New York tourism, and I would love to see more dollars spent to promote New Jersey. We're outdoors and healthy. What more could you want? It's in a beautiful place in northern New Jersey.
I couldn't agree with you anymore. Jeffrey Koffman, CEO of Mountain Creek Ski Resort. I have a feeling we're going to have you back on to talk in just a short time about what you've been able to accomplish at Mountain Creek. Thank you so much, Jeff.
Thank you.
My name is Carly Lloyd, and I have been with NJM since I first started driving. I'm a World Cup champion and two-time Olympic gold medalist. If I could sum up NJM in one word, it would be extraordinary.
Extraordinary means being the best at something, separating yourself from everybody else.
I love being a part of NJM. They have the best insurance out there.
Join NJM's family of policyholders today. Get a quote now at startyournjm.com.
Also brought to you by Seton Hall University, Summit Medical Group, and by International Union of Operating Engineers, Local 825.